morning, friends. I'm actually in Hawaii. I'm on the island of Maui near Lahaina, and I've been here for a few days now. I came over for a little bit of fun and a little bit of play, but also you probably heard about the Lahaina fires, and I'm over here seeing how I can help out. My cousin Linda invited me over. She had a condo that was burnt in the fires, and she has some dear friends, Barrie and David, that we'll introduce you to later. But they lost their house, they lost their business, and their business was the Lahaina bird stand. They had all these parrots they rescued from the fire. So we're gonna meet the parrots as well. But I just wanted to give you a little intro. We're also gonna go visit some rescue kitties. They're called the fire cats. There's a whole big rescue mission for all of these animals, and there is a really beautiful story about a tortoise named Dozer. He survived the fires for 1 month by himself, and they found him, and it's just kind of a miracle that they found him. But we're gonna learn about the fires together and just kind of see what it's like over here. You see it on the news, but it's totally different to be in the thick of it. So we're gonna hear David and Barrie's story firsthand, and gonna go have some fun as well and enjoy the island. So I hope you guys will come with me.
Oh, good morning, Hawaii. Nice to see you.
So on day one, we got to go meet the birds, but first I want to introduce you to David and Barrie and just hear some backstory of the Lahaina bird stand. How did you guys start your parrot business?
I was sitting in a bar one night and somebody next to me said, "Hey, do you want to buy a bird?" And I went, "Huh?" "Sure." And that was a bird like Petey, the cockatoo. We started training him, and then we found Freddie, and so I was out on the beach working with Freddie for the first part. We would take pictures of tourists on the beach with the birds in beautiful background and deliver them to them the next day. I did that for about a year. David at that time was a boat captain. He'd leave before the sun came up and come home after the sun went down, and I was a little sick of that, and so was he. So he goes, "Hey, what do you think if I quit the boat business and come work for you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And the rest is history.
What started with one bird in the bar grew to many more. Most all of them that we have now are still birds that we started with in the beginning.
For almost 40 years, David and Barrie had run the iconic Lahaina bird stand. And then one morning, they woke up to this.
My neighbor's house. That's the only way out of the neighborhood.
Just kind of start from the beginning. Tell us about the day of the fires.
For us, our lifestyle and everything that we do with the animals, it starts every day with feeding the birds. It starts every day with caring for the birds. Moves to getting the birds to and from work, and then the day is done. So same routine every day. So you wake up one morning, the day is the same. It's the only factor being there was a considerable amount of wind expected. It just wasn't windy yet. So you start your day, get ready, but because the winds quickly picked up, we wouldn't be opening. It was building up to an 80
miles an hour. We are watching the trees in the neighborhood get uprooted and blown down the street.
It was a constant. It wasn't a gust. The gusts were over 100.
Stuff like we've never seen before.
Your whole day was in preparation for the danger the wind was bringing. It was bringing down limbs. It was taking down trees. That could mean any branch, any tree through your window, on the car, on the house. You had to prepare against that. And in one point of the day, it had been determined a tree in our front yard
had to come down.
Was going to come down.
Yeah.
The wind was going to take it. And when it did, with direction and intensity,
it was going to take out the roof and the front window and everything else.
It was going to do damage. So I made the choice, grab a chainsaw, work from a ladder, and debranch the tree going up. Having to trim a tree in this kind of weather? Foolish. But don't want to lose my roof. You eventually got to a point above roof level of the home. I looked to my right to north, and you saw the intense black smoke. There was never a siren heard.
And we had solar power, so we didn't lose our power because the power went out. I checked every TV station. I went out in my car and checked every single radio station on both AM and FM dials, up and down the dial, looking for something.
Expecting an update to say, this is what is occurring.
The roads are open, the roads are closed, the fire's here. There was nothing.
There was no indication at all until I got above home level to see that fire and the intensity of of it. And then things changed. It was a north fire moving west. We were south, and it just wasn't coming our way.
We didn't think it was coming our way because
So we
it was going to go to the
continued.
ocean and burn out.
It could only
Couldn't
go
go
so
any
far,
farther.
and that was the ocean. Shortly after that was the sound of explosions.
The propane tanks.
Propane tanks are extremely popular here in Maui. Everybody cooks in their backyard, and everybody has a gas grill. And then the restaurants, a lot of them cooked with gas, so they had the large propane tanks.
When the
So
large
you
ones
began
went off,
hearing
it
in the
was like
distance
bombs went off.
the
It was
explosion
horrible.
after explosion after explosion. The fire, I believe they said at one point, was moving like a mile a minute. It was covering ground extremely fast, so what wasn't burning at one moment was consumed in the next. We set a marker on a tree, and we said if that smoke comes anywhere near that tree,
We're out of here.
got to go now. Luckily had the preparation done with the cages. We could, production line, just move them all in, put them in the cars, grab all the animals that we possibly could, and that wasn't enough, of course.
There's no cell service, no nothing. There was
All
nothing.
communication was out.
All communication was out.
So you could not say, hey, the fire's coming towards me, what about... There was zero communication. Came to a point of realization, it's too close. We have to make the move. Loaded the animals. And luckily there was a secondary emergency type exit that was open, which was prior to the fire.
And it was a good thing because we were blocked from getting out.
The exit on,
Yeah.
on the normal way out was already consumed with fire. We had to take a secondary, and had we not been able to do that, you'd have been...
Yeah, it was,
Entrapped.
the fire was like 4 houses away when we left. And it was huge.
So it was a matter of grab and go.
So to give you a better idea of what that day was like, we're gonna head down to Barrie and David's house, and they're gonna show us the condition it's in today. All right, we're gonna head into the actual burn zone. It's gonna walk us through their house and what's left of it.
This is simply leading upwards from our cul-de-sac area, the roadway in front of us, going up the driveway. The first thing we'll come into is going to be a carport area just beyond it, the office, and then from there we'll head on inside. One of the strangest things about the fire, a couple of days before the fire began, I worked in the backyard clearing out a lot of vegetation. I had it all stacked here along the side of the driveway, all in just standard garbage bags. Now, how we had a fire of such intensity to melt a home and everything around it, it left the bags. So they've deteriorated only because of the weather.
Yeah.
And then the only damage to the bicycle, a little cover on the seat. So the intensity again melted everything around, didn't touch those items. How do you explain? This area here is the beginning of the carport, and then the office is where we created all our magic with our beautiful photography and printing that we did. The printers, as you see, sitting here, but that's what's left.
Did your safe make it through?
No, complete loss. Everything inside completely burnt. And where that structuring is there, the metal structuring, that's the stove and refrigerator. So kitchen, dining room, olive living room, through our beautiful picture window. And this tree right here, it has since been removed. Because of the intensity of the wind, the damage it was going to be causing if those trees came down, we had such a large picture window area here. That's how my day started, was trying to be concerned with the protection of the home strictly through wind. The tree has since been removed. The little ladder still there. When it was determined that there was fire in the area, was only because I had climbed that tree and was able to see over the top of the roof, and that's where I saw the intense blackness of the smoke. You couldn't see flame. It was just, everything was going sideways. This is the front door into the home here. We have to the right hand side 2 bedrooms, which are off in this area here. A 3rd bedroom, another one of the safes, of course, full of paperwork and valuables. Nothing survived that as well. Bathroom and kitchen. One thing that we found, if you were going through any of these properties here, there are no toilets. There's not a toilet that made it through. For whatever reason, that's the intensity of the fire. There just weren't any of the portion of the toilets left at all. Dining room area here, and then a living room.
Imagine leaving your home and then coming back to this. Everything is just reduced to ash. Here's what's left of a bed. You can see the box spring. My heart goes out to David and Barrie. This is just absolutely surreal.
Nothing remaining.
The day before the fire, Barrie dropped David off at work, and when she arrived home, she had a flat tire. Thankfully, David replaced it with the spare because they used that vehicle to evacuate the next day.
So we loaded the birds, the dogs, the cats,
My dad.
my dad, and off we went. And when we did get a chance the next day to observe the physical shape of the vehicle,
It's a little scorched.
well, the tires shouldn't have gotten us out of there. And we were lucky it happened in the driveway the day before. We were lucky the spare held air and maintained. At any moment, a tree branch could have come down and blocked the road. At any moment, a tire, one of the other ones, could have gone out. It could have held a day later, gone out on our trip out.
We were just lucky.
And here you're being chased by
covered
the
in
fire.
Yep, we were covered in something.
Here you're chased by fire, having to go, no chance to stop, turn around, or make a decision, and the vehicle made it.
And thank God you changed the tire the day
Like,
before.
exactly. Thank
It
God.
could have happened that day
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
that it went out. So all of those factors came together to say, you are getting out of this, but you're getting out of it only with the clothes you have on,
We had on
the
dirty
animals you could
clothes
catch, and that's
because we
it.
were out in the yard cutting down trees and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did run back in. I ran back in, got our wedding rings. I had to get those. I couldn't have lost those. So
But
did run
everything-
back in to do that.
Everything else was a complete loss. We left that moment, the moment we drove off, the moment we said, we have to go. There is no choice. We have to go. We knew we were coming back.
A group of a dozen colorful, squawking parrots brought smiles and laughs to thousands of visitors to Lahaina's famous Front Street corridor.
Many people would take home photos and postcards as keepsakes of their Maui vacation. Fox 5's Joe Veal shows us what is next for the birds and their owners after they all lost their home to the wildfires.
David, Barrie, and so many others in Lahaina, everything changed in just a matter of minutes.
Within 20 minutes, it was on us.
It was a scramble.
Yeah.
Everything had to be, we had to load 15 birds into the carriers, into the cars. We had 4 dogs to transfer as well. We had a number of cats we couldn't take all with us.
It's overwhelming
To
to
the-
lose everything.
To the point that you were actually driving off, you had it.
We were hoping to return.
You had it in your heart that you were coming back.
I
So while
honest-
you were driving off, you thought, we're going to be able to come
Yeah,
back.
we
We
come
just need to
back.
make sure we're okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we had to just make sure.
This is a preservation moment where we're saving ourselves, but we know we're coming back to a home tomorrow, later on. And no, the fire continued south. And it
We
continued
parked on
to
the side of the road. They kept
consume.
moving us further down the road. They said the fire's coming this way. You got to keep moving. And so we moved and we sat down almost to Olawalu on the side of the road and just watched Lahaina burn all night. And we knew it was over.
That night of the fire, the next morning, when we got to where there was cell phone communication, was the owner of the business right here. They lost everything to the fire as far as their location, but because they lived on the other side of the island, they still had their home. So he left here that very day, walking out into the street, detecting something was going on. The flame and fire and smoke was coming from behind him. Came face to face with it, hopped in the car, left town with the flames licking the car. And that's all that they have left of their entire jewelry store as well. He and his family took us in. Unbelievable people as well that stepped in. One of the first voices we heard was his saying, you know, come to us.
Come to us. Come to our house.
So we had a location to go to, but still it was a location where it was his home, his family, unprepared to take in 3 more people and 20 some animals.
But the second call I got was from our vet. And he said, bring everybody here, I'll take everybody. So he took 4 dogs, 3 cats, and 14 birds in.
To his place of business, he turned a cat room into a bird room. We modified the cages to accept perches. It took a day to transfer, but he immediately stepped up and said,
Bring
here.
him
Bring him here.
It was wonderful.
So it gave us a relief for the animals for the moment, anyways. And then that was our normal cat and dog vet who did that. The other vet that we saw, who specialized in the birds, without our knowledge, immediately made phone calls.
And that phone call was to the Hyatt Regency Resort and Spa in Maui. Not only did they take in the birds and have been housing them for the last several months, they also closed their rooms to tourists and took in hundreds of people who were displaced by the fires. My cousin Linda and I headed to the Hyatt to meet the parrots. To meet the parrots, starting with Miss Lizzie.
Is she your favorite one?
Miss Lizzie.
Miss Lizzie and Petey.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi. Aren't you so cute? Hello.
A woman had Lizzie for about 12 years. I was left all day in a cage.
Just screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed.
That came with a lot of noise.
And
so
the neighbors complained.
The neighbors had a hard time with that. And so the decision was made, we have to find another place for her. So we contacted her and said we would be able to help them out with that. So we took Lizzie in with us.
She's been a rock star.
She's been well received. A real sweetheart.
Hi, Lizzie. So Linda was really taken with Lizzie, and my personal favorite was Sweet Pea, the one on the right. Hi, Sweet Pea. Gorgeous. You have to love Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea?
Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea.
Yes, Sweet Pea is what's called a Solomon Islands eclectus.
Sweet Pea is a little male. The type of bird that he is called an eclectus.
Okay.
And in the eclectus family, the male is the green.
Okay.
The female is a bright burgundy, purple, and red combination.
Okay.
Oh, you're so pretty.
And you not only lost your home, you lost your bird stand.
Yeah, we lost our place of business.
Everything was lost.
Yeah.
This is the historic Lahaina harbor here behind us with the lighthouse. Obviously, we're right next to the ocean, and our location of business that we worked from was right here on the corner. I'll take you right over to it, show you where the birds were daily. These were the plants that we had for our background. They stood here forming the nice tropical setting. This was the historic Pioneer Inn and a historical library as well. That was 25 years of our life standing right there in that space.
It was down to a complete, total, absolute
You hear people say,
loss.
I lost everything but the clothes on my back, and you'll never know what that means until it happens to you. You'll never, ever understand what that means.
2 of the 3 vehicles, all of the home structure, all of your memories, every picture you ever took that you had, anything that you ever collected, anything that you ever owned that was on your property or associated with your business was
gone.
They don't have any photos. They have nothing. One of their dear friends sent them a copy of their wedding photos, so they do have that, which is really, really sweet. Now, I just want to help David and Barrie, and I can't do it on my own, but maybe we can do it together. So I went ahead and set them up with a Patreon. I feel like that's the best way I can contribute. I can round up some people who will help get them back on their feet. If you would like to sponsor one of their parrots, it's $25 a month. I'm going to sponsor Little Sweet Pea. There's a $5 a month tier, which is much appreciated if you want to contribute and you don't have much to give. If we can get a lot of people donating at that tier, it'll make a big difference. And then the $100 tier is if you want to get photos with the parrots, you can pre-order them by signing up with the $100 tier. So the next time you're in Maui, you and your family get photos with the parrots. If you're not able to make it over to Maui, we'll set up a FaceTime encounter with the birds. But any way you guys can contribute would be so appreciated. If you want to do a one-time donation, I will leave Barrie's Venmo down below. Sometimes it's finicky and you have to add them as a friend first, so just be aware. If the transaction doesn't go through, add Barrie as a friend and then you should be able to do your transaction. And if you can't contribute financially, I've also set them up with an Instagram. It's called Lahaina Bird Stand. Please go follow and give them a message over there. It just takes a minute, but it would really lift their spirits just to know they have support from people all over the world. So let's give them a boost. I really want to help them out, and just let's send all of our love their way. Also, if you have any photos with the iconic Lahaina birds, please send them our way, share them on Instagram. Like they said, they lost everything, so we would love to see your memories with the birds if you've ever been over to Maui.
That's sweet.
So I'm not the most comfortable person around birds, but David and Barrie and John and Brian, who also handle the birds, made me feel extremely comfortable. They're really well trained, and David just kind of has this really peaceful vibe about him, so it made me relaxed and confident around the birds and even comfortable enough to do this. You're so cute. So that really says a lot about how well they've worked with these birds and loved on these birds. They have a lot of trust in humans.
If I even get near him, he jumps on my shirt and crawls down my shirt.
Yeah, he's just a little lover.
He's so cute.
And now I need to introduce you to Petey. You are so cute. Hi, buddy.
That's his favorite thing to do right there. I didn't bother putting him on the person. I just let him just run.
They also started calling him Petey Casso because they put out paints and let him paint with his little feet.
Look at you go. Bops around.
He's so absolutely adorable. I could just watch him hop on this table all day long.
Oh, you're so pretty. Wow.
This is Petey, and Petey we've had now for about 15 years. Petey was one of our rescues that came in from a family, had him for 12 years in a cage. So his whole life knew nothing more than the world from behind bars. He's a Moluccan cockatoo.
You're just so pretty, aren't you? It took Petey 3 years of training before he was comfortable around people, and look at him now. I love you. I love you.
Yep, Petey's got a new girlfriend.
Oh my God, no.
You're so good.
Hey.
Your boyfriend.
All right.
You're so beautiful.
Good boy, Petey.
You're so funny.
Crack up.
There's my Petey. You gotta say goodbye to your girlfriend.
Bye.
Yeah, see? Good boy.
Oh, that's so nice.
And then we have
Pearl.
Pearl is a rose-breasted cockatoo. She's one of the small ones, small variety. Definitely a little darling. She as well has been one that has just been a real trooper for all the years.
Because she's pink, everybody loves her.
She's unusual because she is native to Australia, but the difficulty in getting them outside of Australia is they have to be outside the country bred. And there aren't as many because Australia is very limiting on animals going out or coming in. We have Lucky Bird.
Oh, Lucky Bird.
Lucky Bird was a friend who is a musician and grew up with Lucky Bird here on the island in the family. The mother passed away, so they were familiar with us, contacted us, and asked if we would like to take in Lucky Bird.
Well, we got Angel as a baby. She's just the cutest little baby.
This is Angel and Chips. These are blue and gold macaws. They are best of friends, have been for the 40 years that we've had them. Angel was an original from a breeder actually on the Big Island, and Chips was from a friend leaving the island that didn't want to take her. And they just developed best friends since. So,
And how old do they live to be typically?
the blue and gold macaws, like most of them, can run 60 to 80 years.
Wow.
So their longevity is the same as it is for us.
Okay.
This is Freddie. Freddie is called a green wing macaw. Freddie is our head specialist. Oh, Fred, hold him up. Good girl. And Freddie is a female. The difficulty with these, male and female are all identical on the outside. So oftentimes they're named before people know. This is Freddie.
Now, Linda told me that it wasn't a day with the Lahaina birds if I did not at some point get Fred on my head. So, just making all my dreams come true today.
There, good job, Freddie. Oh, that is awesome. Beautiful.
If I can be this comfortable around all these birds, anybody can. Like they mentioned earlier, Fred goes way back. He was their second bird they ever had. And I love that they take in a lot of birds and give them homes and give them better lives than they would have had. David said when they're out with people, it's like playtime for them and they love it. And John actually let me feed Fred as well.
Go ahead,
Okay.
closer. We're fine.
Oh,
But wait, when they do that, they're telling
Can't
you no.
see it?
No, they're saying no. He doesn't want it.
Oh,
so he's not
okay.
mean or nothing, but he doesn't know how to say no thank you, or he's being picky.
Oh.
Is this what you wanted? That's exactly what. See, he was being picky because
I
he saw
see.
right here when I have like that.
Here you go. Have a good boy.
See, he said no. That's what he
Oh,
does.
he
When
just-
he touches the side, that
he
means
just
he
keeps
doesn't.
his
He
mouth
wants food, but he doesn't want this.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Is
See?
he's a pecan type of guy.
I guess.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
she.
You want to show your wings? Go wings. Up, up.
Wow.
That's my boy.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Funny girl's name now, huh? Fredalina. Kiss. Nice kiss. Yes.
Once again, Becker. Oh, this time we're going to take it. See, he was holding out, and he told I wasn't going to get anything else. He goes, I'll take it.
See. Hi.
They all have a little graham cracker right now. So a little treat. That's Bomber on the right
Okay.
and AJ on the left.
That's my boy. Up, up.
Woo, pretty. Wow. Woo, pretty.
Do you want to show him how you sunbathe? That's my boy. Yes. Show him the wings. Up.
Wow, pretty. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Show your wings. Up, up.
Woo.
Check the back side out.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. You want to show your wings?
Let's see it. Wow. Woo. Are they besties, these two?
Yeah. Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh. Hi, Lonnie.
Lonnie is a hyacinth macaw. She's from Brazil area. One of the more rare that we have. They are actually more numerous in captivity than they are in the wild, so they are endangered. She's the Rolls Royce when it comes to the macaws. All of them are in the range of about 30 to 40 years old.
Have you had them all that long?
The majority of our birds were given to us either from people that could not continue to care for them, did not want them in the first place. Lonnie was a friend with too much time on his hands. Extremely popular with us from the beginning just because of the quality of bird that they are.
Yeah, when she came out, I was like, wow, what kind of bird is that? That's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
they're
gorgeous.
spectacular.
It is. Yeah,
They're spectacular, and that's Lonnie.
Aww.
That's her favorite spot right there.
That's some trust right there.
This is Mai Tai.
My type.
Mai Tai is called a Catalina macaw. And the variety that he is a combination in breeding of the blue and gold and scarlet.
You're like a little mixture.
This is Mai Tai. This is his name.
He loves Brian.
Yeah, he's very good at what he does.
Up. Yes, that's my boy. What do you say?
Aloha.
Very good.
Aloha.
One more time. Aloha. Very
Aloha.
good. One more. Excellent.
Baloo and Sunshine. Best of friends. The lilies are blue and gold macaw. Sunshine is a scarlet macaw.
And now they're gonna load me up with birds so I can get that iconic Lahaina bird stand photo. If you made it this far in the video, please let me know which parrot is your favorite. Again, if you want to sponsor one of the parrots, check out the Patreon. There's a link down below. Let's send a ton of love and abundance David and Barrie's way. They absolutely deserve it. Let's help them get into a home, help get the parrots set up so they can restart their business, start bringing in income, and then we'll all have the opportunity to go visit them in Maui.
Now you're draped in birds. Oh, wow. Up, 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 up.
Bring the elbows tiny bit higher. Bring the elbow. There you go, like that. Up, up, up. No, no fighting. Up, up. There you go.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Give kiss.
Fred's gonna get jealous.
Successful day with the birds. I even got a feather. I get to bring a little bit of, I think it's Mai Tai. Is it Mai Tai? I don't know. I need to figure out which bird this feather is from. Aren't they so sweet?
There you go.
Beautiful.
So I just wanted to take a minute and send a little love and appreciation to my cousin. So let's go back to the burn site for a minute at the location of her condo. So one thing I have to say about my cousin Linda is she suffered a devastating loss in a fire as well. This is her condo right here. That's what's left of it. And her focus has not been on herself and her loss. Of course, her loss is valid and she's grieved it a lot and had a very difficult time in grieving, but her focus has been on helping other people, helping David and Barrie, helping find cats, helping with cleanup, and she just has such a generous heart and generous spirit, and I'm just so grateful to be around her. It's really inspiring to see her giving heart, and yeah, I really feel for her. Now we're at her condo spot right here. She's just a really beautiful human, and it's been a really lovely trip for us to connect. She's my mom's cousin, and she lives in Montana, and I haven't lived in Montana for 20 years, so we hadn't really gotten to know each other very well in the past, but this trip we've gotten to really connect and get to know each other on a deeper level, and it's been really beautiful. So it's just been a beautiful trip all around, and she inspires me to have a lot of gratitude for what I do have and to help other people out. So I just want to help David and Barrie as much as I can, and sharing that with you guys is how I contribute, because I want to spread the word, I want to spread their story and help them out if at all possible. Oh my gosh, I just looked up and there is all this debris in the trees. Wow, Linda, look, there's debris that flew up into that tree and it's squeaking. Look at that. That shows you how windy it was. Holy moly. So your place was right about here?
This is it.
Oh, that was your place. Yeah. Goodness gracious. This was the front door.
This was the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, living room, master bedroom. Look, you walk a block.
And you're at the beach. At the Parrots, yeah. So Linda was telling me the Parrots was her first stop when she would come into town. She would get into her condo and take a walk down to the beach and go see Petey and David and Barrie, go see the Parrots and get photos with them. And she was just in love with the birds. And the birds are why we're here right now, helping David and Barrie. She just had this beautiful connection with them, and it's a miracle that they survived. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, please share it with your friends. There will be a couple more of these episodes coming out, and then we are on to full-time Influencer the Musical. Thank you guys so much for all the love you've given me on the latest video. So excited to start that series. I posted the first episode, then I got the opportunity to go to Hawaii and meet these beautiful people, and I couldn't pass up this experience. So we're gonna have a few more vlogs in Hawaii, and then we will be on to another Dumb Blonde, and we'll see you guys in a couple days with another Hawaii video.